Y'all was asking for a real quick overview and walkthrough of what the Republican S10 has and the setup on it, so let's talk about it. We'll start up front and go to the back through the whole thing. Starting with the engine, it's a stock bottom end LC9 aluminum 5.3. Stock as the day it left Chevrolet, other than ring gap and ARP rod bolts. It has a, I think like a Summit Stage 3 naturally aspirated camshaft in it. Nothing special there. Brian Tooley 660 titanium valve springs. Trunnion upgrade. Super simple, untouched 243 heads. About as simple as it goes. As far as the turbo kit goes, it is stock truck manifolds that I made fit and go around the steering shaft. Nothing special. I just welded V-bands on them and 2.5 inch pipe. Actually, it's 2.25 inch pipe all the way to the back to a 92 millimeter True North turbo right there. It's just a S400 True North turbo. Has a sheer fab 2,000 horsepower air to water intercooler with an ice tank in the back, 15-gallon tank. I'm not going to pull the hood off, but it does have a Holley high ram intake turned around backwards, and you can see the throttle body in there. Got some stuff in there that I need to clean up. Anyway, see, full interior, true street. It has a power glide transmission with a 252 millimeter circle D converter. Pretty decent stuff there. Probably the cheapest, most inexpensive thing in here is the engine, obviously, because it's a stock piston rod crank motor. It has a quick performance 9-inch, fabricated 9-inch, had a 389 gear in there, and it was not near enough with the 169 first gear in the power glide. Not for my little horsepower. This little thing don't make a whole lot of horsepower. It does have a 10-point cage in it, mild steel. That's my fuel tank, my burn down tank. As you can tell, it is nothing spectacular as far as the rear suspension goes. That's my Hoosier wheel setup. I got another setup for the Mickeys. Under the back, I've got some things to finish cleaning up before we go testing here in a little while. It has AFCOs, double adjustable AFCOs with some, let's see, Calvert Racing split monos, stock ride height monos. It has my little innovation under there. It's got half Calvert Caltrax and half Smith Assassin bars. I wanted to do some things to try to get my bar angle where I wanted it, to get the instant center where I wanted it, and get the ride height up. Just do some different things to try for what we do on this really crappy surfaces. I just wanted to kind of be ahead of the game and do some different things. So I did just weld this on, just a little bar so I can add some more weight. Typically I run this thing with 35 and then 50 and another 50 and usually another 50 in the back. On a really bad surface, it pretty much gets down anything. It's not a lot to it, very simple. Bosch 210 injectors. I'm not going to say what pumps, but we are out of pump right now. So if I say that, it'll definitely give away the horsepower. Even though it's not much, I'll tell you this, we are definitely pushing the limit way too much for the rotating assembly. But I tune it. I try to keep it very, very conservative. Yes, it could probably make more power, but you know, we run it on like 40 and a half pounds, 41 pounds of boost out the back. It is a Holley Terminator X in it. It is nothing special. I don't have all that traction control like all the big guys. It's still on pump ethanol. Yeah, I've not went to methanol yet. I still don't have, I run an engine plate in this one, and we've been fighting some belt issues. But whenever I kind of get the bracketry that I want for a mechanical pump, I may go that route in methanol, but I got to swap it all over to a Dominator or something. But I don't know, that's where it's at. I was making this video, I forgot to mention it is a rear mount radiator setup. It has a Davies Craig pump at the very back by the bumper, and it's got a small eBay radiator. It works good. Got a Taurus fan back there, keeps it cool, never gets over 185 degrees. I like it. I made some aluminum manifolds, just water manifolds. Super simple, super easy. I got some 1-inch heater hose that goes up to the front. Pretty much basic as it gets. I do want to do something better with that. I want to hard line that. I want to do everything I can to take as much water out of that truck just in case something happens. But pretty simple setup. Don't have a lot of passes on it yet. We are, I guess, since we've worked out the issues, we probably got 6 or 7 decent passes on it. We had some bugs to work out on it. Obviously, I'm going to paint it. I did paint the front fenders. And the hood needs to be redone, but this was a throw together truck that I just built underneath the carport. Nothing special. It's fun. I can't go play with them big hitters yet, but you know, one day. It does okay for what it is. We definitely can't compete on any front side stuff. So we got to stick to a really crappy surface and kind of lean on the suspension and, you know, just the cheap parts that we have. We don't make the power those big fellas make. It's a work in progress. We're getting it there, but that's it. Got any questions, ask.